Today I interviewed Yelling at Cats, and Periwinkle thankfully, helpfully recorded all this. Thanks, Perry.
Hello, everyone. My name is Yelling at Cats. I'm a hip hop and electronic musician, and it's very wonderful to be on here. I'm honored to be here, to be honest.
Good.
I guess that's pretty much it.
Hey, that works, man. Alrighty, our first question then for you. How did you get started with music?
It started back around 6 years when I picked up the guitar
Uh-huh.
and I couldn't play shit. And fast forward 6 years later, I experimented from actually 6 years ago, I experimented with piano, then guitar, where I got into playing stuff like it's out of tune, but you get the idea. Anyways,
Yeah.
fuck off guitar. Anyways, it moved into singing, but I failed in that field, so I went for the next best thing, which I listened to a lot of hip hop back in the day, and
Uh-huh.
it basically went forward to hip hop. I mean, not rap. Hip hop's more fun to me because you can put a lot of emotion to it. Uh, and I guess here I am now. I mean,
I have to question though, what is the difference here between hip hop and rap? I'm a stupid white guy. I don't know.
well, I barely know it myself. I think since music is subjective, I think people can pick up their own meanings for hip hop and rap.
Mhm.
I like to think that rap is a little bit more of like West Coast side, West Coast, and I don't even know what I'm saying. Uh,
West
I would
Side.
like,
Thank you, Perry.
I'd like to think that rap is a little bit more focused on rhyme scheme, and hip hop is more focused on meaning. But that's just a personal opinion. I mean, it's completely subjective, so take it with what you will.
Okay. Um, I guess my next question is, how do you come up with a song? I know you mostly take a lot of beats that have already been used, like Eminem and whatnot, but I mean, what flows through your mind when you're making up the lyrics?
Well, to be honest, I've only used two beats. One for the Hey NCF song, which was obviously "My Dad Is Crazy" by Eminem, and the parody that I did, "My Name Is Twilight Sparkle." The rest of the beats are composed in Ableton Live, or um, someone like Tombstone makes me a beat, which that's only usually for collabs, though. Like Becoming Popular, which was basically my rendition of his cover. So it's a coverception. Uh, but usually what comes into mind when I make a song is first I make the beat. I'm weird. I don't pick a subject. I don't do anything like that. I just, make a beat. And if I like it, I base it off of something. I just get the general beat down, then I layer the instruments towards what the subject is pertaining to. Like when I started the beat for, Griffins Suck, rap about Gilda. I
Yeah.
had no idea that it'd be about Gilda. It's
Hmm.
just I shape it around, and that's basically what I try to do. Sometimes it might not come out at the best, like Pony the Fuck Up, but other times it comes out to something that I'm at least a little bit happy with. And so, like I said, that's usually just my process.
So, have you done any other work besides pony music at all, or has it just been that?
um, yes, I recently released something called Grumpy on my channel. Feel free to check it out. I'm also collabing with a friend of mine named Jay Will called Time Machine, which is basically a rap about uh, I don't know why I say rap. It's a song about, wanting the old hip hop back because I think rap is kind of degraded these days. When you turn on the radio, it's kind of blatantly obvious. I know people are gonna say, but they're making money, but the meaning is kind of dead in it. I'm currently working on a song that I nicknamed Friendship. I nickname all of my songs weird. I actually have two songs coming. Three. Equine, Ego, and Friendship. Basically, the song I nicknamed Friendship. It might not be Friendship when I release it, so please keep an eye out for the beat. You'll recognize it. When I was composing it, I wanted an old school feel. Meta Joker is going to be singing the chorus. Uh, it's basically going to be a song to show my appreciation towards the fandom and how I've been
Sweet.
accepted because it's never really happened in any other fandom that I've been in, and it's
Yeah,
really really nice
totally.
to feel. I mean, I just want to say No matter what song I do, I don't do it just because it might get on EQD. I don't get why people can hold that mindset. I do it because, I want to make the people who made me who I am today happy, you know?
Totally.
And I don't refer to them as fans either. I refer to them as bros because they're my bros. Uh, so I'm basically doing these three songs. Each of them have a different meaning behind them. Like the song "Ego" is going to be about uh, an artist who lets it get to his head. He's holding an ego, E- basically an egotistical person, something like that.
Hmm.
Uh, Equine is going to be another pony song. I might be base it off of Rarity. I'm not entirely sure. Based on the title, though, that's kind of obvious. I'm still having problems with the chorus, though.
Yeah.
I I made a melody for the chorus, and I'm like, what am I gonna do for the chorus? I don't know what I'm gonna do. Thank goodness I'm not having that problem with the project called Friendship, which is basically gonna be summing up my experience with the fandom. It's gonna be explaining the fandom for once, at least my take on it, what makes the fandom so good. Just a personal song to thank everyone.
Yeah.
Consider it kind of like a late 1,000 sub special. I
Yeah.
promise
Yeah.
that. I still have to get a tattoo for that stuff too.
Oh yeah. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, I gotta own
Uh,
up to that.
yeah. Yeah. Let's see. So who is your best pony? Is it
Twilight.
Twilight?
Yes.
Yeah, called it. All right, cool.
I
Do
mean,
you know why? Is it just because of her nerdy nature or
I think it's because when someone picks a favorite pony, they can kind of relate to it. Kind of like someone's favorite character in a novel or someone's favorite character in a movie. Like, uh, I used to be a lot like Twilight when I was in school,
yeah.
that kid who didn't have that much friends and was was more interested in his own interests rather than, making friends and trying to be popular and all that stuff. And I think the reason why I like her the most is because I can relate to that. But she's also adorable. What's not to love?
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, do you take any ideas from the show's songs at all?
Yes, I think the show songs really do inspire a lot of musicians to make their own works,
Hmm.
as they do me. When I get an idea for a song that's based off of a song from the show, like
Hmm.
when Tombstone did that becoming popular rap, and I loved it because he took the song from being happy and upbeat to like a different meaning and a different
Yeah.
message he was trying to portray with the tone of it, not just by the lyrics, but the tone. And I talked to him one day and I was like, I can't hold it anymore. I need to do a rap of this. And he goes, do it, Philly.
Yes. I
And
listen to that all the time. I love don't tell him, but I like your version a lot better than his. Even though his is still awesome, but I like yours a little
my
bit.
lips are sealed. My lips are sealed. Tombstone's a really, really, really awesome friend of mine, and I can't thank him enough for helping me out. He's a really awesome friend, uh, and I owe everything to him. What more can I
That's
ask for him?
great. That's
Uh,
awesome.
but like I said, it's always good to get an idea from a thing of the show because it expands more on the idea and offers a lot of more input of what they could have meant in the original lyrics of the song. Like that becoming popular thing. I wanted to go with Tombstone's original portrayal of it, a little bit darker tone with it. Uh, which is why I started off with how to be popular. Well, why do you ask? Gaining popularity ain't just an easy task. You will lose all your friends, and then you will see. Oh wait, sorry. Let me get in that voice.
Yeah.
How to be popular? Well, why do you ask? Gaining popularity ain't just an easy task. You will lose all your friends, and then you will see that it ain't worth being what they want you to be. Just like that.
Yeah.
Uh, those lyrics, I basically tried speaking the lyrics that it isn't worth being what anyone wants you to be. And
Mhm.
that's what I try to stress in a lot of stuff, actually. I try to do my own thing. I don't base myself off of stuff, but I don't know where I'm trying to get at it. I'm just rambling on now.
Hey, that's fine. Um, let's see. So, what programs and instruments do you use actually? I know you got
Um,
the guitar and
for Howdy Partner, I just arpeggiated my guitar for the beat.
hmm.
Um, I use Ableton Live 8. I don't have a MIDI keyboard, so I do it the ghetto way, and I use my keyboard for live recordings. If I ever do live recordings, I use Adobe Audition, GarageBand when I'm lazy. for vocal recordings, but I got a Beast EQ set up on there, so I suppose it doesn't matter. And if I'm really lazy, Audacity. But I love Ableton. Oh, I don't get me wrong. I'd use FL Studio and Ableton together any day, but
Uh-huh.
Ableton's I've gotten pretty attached to Ableton. It's just the UI is so clean. I guess that's the best way to put it.
Okay. Hey, whatever works.
Hmm.
Let's see. Do you see your song creating as like a hobby? Like, are we gonna have an MC yelling at cats having his album out on like a record company or something?
I wouldn't mind being signed for a record company as long as 15% of 15 to 20% of my profit is donated to charity.
Awesome.
Um,
I would totally back you with that.
um, I mean, I just do this song as a hobby. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to make people happy because this
Yeah.
fandom has brought me such an amount of happiness that I could never possibly repay to the fullest extent, but at least I can try. And
Hmm.
that's why I try to do songs that make people happy or put people in a better mood or try to inhibit some form of emotion. Because at the end of the day, we're all bronies and we're all human and we all need to feel something.
Totally. Um,
I got a
alrighty.
question.
Yo.
Where did you get your name? Yelling at
Oh,
cats.
this is the billionth time someone asked me that. It's okay. Uh, Yeah, yes, I yell at cats. I appeal to the felines, but that doesn't mean I'm single, so don't anime equines. I'm just joking. I got this name. It's a funny story. I got this name. I was chilling on TeamSpeak. I had my friend Nine Cats on there. We were just, talking the usual shit. The kind of stuff like I don't know, 15 bored guys have nothing to do on a Friday night, and and I Zeke, my friend Zeke, was yelling at Nine Cats, and I just noticed, because I was starting out in the Brony rap thing and I was trying to figure out a name. And I noticed that there was a channel called Yelling at Cats that Zeke created ironically because he's always pissed off at Nine Cats. And I was like, I don't think you mind if I use this name, do you? And I guess the reason why I chose it, and I always credit Zeke because that name is awesome. I chose it because it's nonsensical. And it's funny when you think of a guy verbally abusing a cat, saying, get the fuck down from there, or something like that. It's funny and it's nonsensical. And I
Uh-huh.
think that kind of relates to what I do in my music. I try to be funny. I can try to be serious, but in the end, that takes away a little bit of the whimsical charm I try to do and fail at doing, but you still get the point.
Yeah. Okay, and now we have some guest questions. These are all from Charitable because he's that awesome
Hmm.
and everything else. Let's see. Why, although I think you already answered this first one, why did you transition from your old name to this one?
Ooh, yeah, that I had an old name called MC Twilight. The reason why I chose this name is because, and I'm sticking to it forever, is because the last name, let's be honest, wasn't really that creative.
Hmm.
I think this name has a little bit more charm. I guess that's the only way I can answer it. I mean, I just like this name a lot better. And as much as I love Twilight, I'm gonna have to go with this name. It's my name ain't
uh,
Mike.
do you find inspiration from things you wouldn't expect?
Yeah, I do. I get a lot of inspiration from a lot of the artists out there. Like my friend's Taps. I'm not sure if he's a very awesome musician. Art Attack, DJ EHT, very good friend of mine. Meta Joker, The Living Tombstone, Temple Walker, Sickness, my friend Omnipony, Alex S. He's a really good friend. He's quiet though.
Hmm.
And the Dumplings. He's a very good friend of mine. I just get a lot of inspiration from all these unique and individual artists trying to make their own thing and trying to do their own stuff. And I think it's very good. That's why I collaborate so much. I collab with anyone
Yeah.
because the creativity is at its maximum when you have two different people from two different sets and two different styles working together to create one song.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best thing you can do for creativity. Solo projects are fun and all, but collabing's where it's at.
Yeah.
Um,
Exactly.
but I'd say my biggest inspiration is the people who keep driving me to do this. Uh, the people who actually take the time to click some dumb button that says subscribe just to check my stuff out when I release it. The people who support me by leaving comments, likes, whatever. The people by, tell me what I should do next, tweet at me or say something to me on Facebook, hit me up on Tumblr, anything like that. Those people are what inspire me to do what I do now. Because without them, I'm nothing. And let's face it, without the people listening to the music, what's the artist? Just a guy who's doing songs to himself, right?
Yeah.
And I really owe it all to them, but I also owe it to a lot of my friends out there. So I'm gonna have to give some shouts out to my friends Sickness and Temper Walker and Tombstone and all of you guys. Love you guys, and thank you for helping me.